Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manny B Investing in BI, and we've got another Paribus blog post for you. This one called Beyond the Dollar. Let's take a look and let's blow things up so that we can see it easier. Beyond the dollar. The global economy is at a crossroads with the US dollar's future as the world reserve currency faces fresh challenges. For decades, the stability and the dominance of the dollar have given the United States significant advantages in global trade, investment, and geopolitical influence. And don't forget that military might. That was a big pusher, big motivator of business and trade across the world when you have a really powerful military. However, as emerging economies like China and India rise to prominence, their currencies are gaining traction in international transactions, challenging the dollar's hegemony, which is like dominance in a political realm. But a lot of this I noticed, or I hopefully you all have noticed, this change really went supersonic after Donald Trump left the White House. It seemed like the focus on America's stability, strength, their foothold, their advantage in the global economy was really not just put on a back burner, but I feel like the government that took over turned the burner off completely and said, let's just focus on some other stuff. That has kind of proven to not really be a big deal. A lot of those battles they lost and the others, no one seems to really care about when you're facing financial ruin, potentially, when you're looking at your family and you're looking at your generation, and you can blatantly see that the younger generations in a family are not doing as well as the previous generations. We're seeing a lot of people moving back in with parents, lots of cost saving efforts to afford food, housing, and other goods and services in this country. I can see it everywhere. I see it all across the country. I see it in my own community. This isn't an opinion. This is what's happening. I see it in my own family. I see it in my friends' families. This is serious business, right? So hopefully everyone, that's watching this channel, they're learning about crypto. They're putting themselves in a better place, hopefully. Through currency swap. Let's start over. China in particular has been busy over the past few months, actively promoting the yuan, or the Chinese yuan, I call it a yuan, in seeking to challenge U.S. dominance in the global financial system. Through currency swap agreements, trade settlement in the yuan, and the launch of its digital currency, the RMB, China is positioning itself as a formidable competitor to the dollar. It's crazy. It's just crazy to see. I just never thought in a million years that we would be talking about this subject of the United States dollar falling to other currencies. Yeah, and in places like India, their currencies just skyrocketing. As well as established trade deals, China is home to the new development bank NDB, a rival to the World Bank and IMF, created by BRICS members. Its current head is the ex-president of Brazil, Dilma Rousseff. I probably butchered that. Who was welcomed to the post in Shanghai by the current president of Brazil, Luis Inácio Lula da Silva, earlier this month. A few days ago, Rousseff announced that the bank would be moving away from the US dollar, saying it is necessary to find ways to avoid foreign exchange risk and other issues, such as being dependent on a single currency, such as the US dollar. It's really weird that they're just now starting to believe and feel this way. Crazy. The good news is that we are seeing many countries choose to trade using their own currencies. China and Brazil, for instance, are agreeing to exchange with RMB and the Brazilian real. Added at the NDB, we have committed to, in our strategy for a period from 2022 to 2026, the NDB has to lend 30% in local currencies. So 30% of our loan book will be financed in the currencies of our member countries. That will be extremely important to help our countries avoid exchange rate risks and shortages in finance that hinder long-term investment. Now, that would be ideal to not rely heavily on exchange rates because those change. It'd be like yield farming. You know, you could deal with a lot of impermanent loss. You might get stuck where you need capital, or you might need to execute loans. You might need to the terms might be up, and then all of a sudden that particular currency that you're loaned out in may be a little wonky when it comes to the exchange rate, and now you're faced with a really difficult situation as far as like your bankers and like what can happen. Like loan liquidity might dry up, banks could shut down, there could be runs on them, all kinds of stuff that you can get into dealing with that. So if you're gonna sink, you're gonna fail, you might as well fail under your own power. Fail with something that you own. I'd rather do that than just get wrecked by a bad exchange rate. The shifting dynamics of the global economy are further complicated by ongoing geopolitical tensions, including the US-China trade war, sanctions against Russia, and OPEC's refusal to increase oil production to ease energy costs for the US and Europe. I wonder why. Those countries had made a commitment to destroy OPEC, so why would they do us any favors today? If you have a plan to destroy OPEC, maybe, I don't know, keep it close to the chest, especially when you need them, like we're finding out today, especially Europeans. These conditions challenge the U.S. as it strives to maintain its world reserve currency status. I feel like if we can continue with the leadership that we have now, we can kiss it goodbye. Around the same time, Donald Trump, in an interview with Fox News, said China wants to change the standard, the currency standard. And if that happens, that's like losing a world war. We'll be a second-tier country. What's going on? We're losing. If we lose our currency, that's the equivalent of losing a world war. Our currency is what makes us powerful and strong. The implications of a shift in the world reserve currency are far-reaching. A change could impact global trade, investment flows, and geopolitical power dynamics. It could also challenge countries holding significant US dollar reserves, as a potential devaluation could impact their wealth and economic stability, like we just talked about. If you're going to fail, would you rather fail with someone else's currency or your own? So this could cause some shifting in the way banking is done globally. I hope it doesn't. I hope things kind of smooth and come to a soft landing, and we can get an administration in America that kind of knows what they're doing instead of just completely having no idea of what they're doing right now. It's crazy what is happening to this country under this current administration. Understanding the battle raging around the dollar status helps place the present U.S. clampdown on crypto, particularly stablecoins, in context. While the U.S. can use sanctions, increase tariffs, and limit access to dollars in a trade war with China, it has no control over the use of crypto, and they hate it. Although the market is relatively small at present, it has the potential to grow exponentially and reduce the power of the U.S. to control global trade. It's no coincidence, therefore, that is the U.S. is imposing harsher conditions on crypto projects. With the SEC targeting many of them, China is seeking to establish Hong Kong as the regional hub for crypto. So counter what America is doing right now, which I believe is just the complete wrong thing. Everything you could do to create a bad circumstance with this technology, America seems hell-bent on doing with this administration. So, hey, it is what it is. This is what we voted for. This is what we have. It doesn't make any sense to cry or gaslight or lie about it, because that's what I see a lot of on Twitter, because their candidate that they wanted won, but they also feel the destruction that they're doing to the economy in their own wallets and bank accounts. Stablecoins have attached much criticism from regulators because they could serve as an alternate to traditional reserve currencies. Yeah, they will. Offering a digital, decentralized, and stable form of currency that could be used for international transactions. Some stablecoins, such as Tether and USD Coin, are already widely used in global transactions, particularly in the cryptocurrency space. This has raised questions and concerns about their impact on the global financial system, including issues related to regulation, transparency, and potential risks of financial stability. I don't think they care much about these things as they do about the control aspects. They are concerned that they can't control spending globally. That's the problem. Has nothing to do with riskiness. They keep saying that a coin called a stable coin is risky. No, it's not. It's not nearly as risky as a continued sliding rule of a crypto asset, such as, I don't know, a meme coin, Dogecoin, or something like that. Although a lot of crypto has been way more stable than bank stocks and things of that nature. So it's just really funny. It's really funny. The things that they're saying that these assets that we're interested in are is usually the opposite. They usually are trying to spread FUD, trying to get people to back away from crypto because they don't want us touching it because it's really powerful and they can't control it or us. As the SEC continues down its warpath against crypto, more projects are looking into moving their operation to Asian countries. This is yet to escape the notice of politicians in the U.S., who last week introduced legislation to remove the head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, and are seeking to change course and embrace the technology before it's too late. If anybody remembers, the speed rails, the train industry in America, we had an opportunity to go to these more high-tech, more user-friendly, more efficient train systems and rail systems. America said, no, the new stuff sucks. We're going to stick with what's old. We're going to use steam power. We're going to use locomotive engines, all this old world, old tech. And look where we are today. Europe is connected, interconnected in transportation. It's awesome. And America's stuck with a bunch of garbage. And that's the short of it. Over the past year, the conversations around crypto regulation has shifted from viewing it as a standalone issue to recognizing its potential role in helping to save the U.S. economy and maintain its competitive advantage against China and other BRICS nations. As the battle for the world reserve currency intensifies, cryptocurrency and stablecoins are emerging as a key player that could disrupt the traditional financial system and help shape the future of global finance. And I believe that the United States government believes that what their plan would be, what I can see is that they want to take out crypto, destroy it, and then fight China in BRICS. But what I think is going to happen is they're going to get too lost in the weeds trying to fight crypto. They don't understand it. They can't stop it. They're going to get lost in the weeds, and then China and BRICS are going to beat the crap out of them, and we're going to lose. That's what I see, unless we turn the ship around and sail back in the other direction. That worked. But yeah, this was a good timely blog posting from Paribus. I like it. I like talking about this stuff. So what do you guys think about the power of the dollar? Where do you think this will play out and how it will affect things, including our favorite crypto projects, especially ones like Paribus that are looking to do business with CeFi. So hit that like, hit the share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.